We used to, like, have total. Now they're waiting.
I know, it's crazy, right? Like, who would even do that?
Are we live?
I think we're live.
Oh, you didn't say it. Usually you tell me.
Well, I clicked the thing. Hey, everybody, how's it going? There are so many people waiting already, which is awesome.
It's an early Scraggles appearance, too.
Whoa, and Katie's busting in here like
She's
a
like,
cannonball.
oh, wait, you're live?
Gotta get in here.
Hey.
Yes. David was first. Zichen, Marco, Becky, Carol, Go To. Who else we got in here? Carl's in here. Weekly jolt of caffeine and inspiration. Oh man, weekly caffeine? That is seems low. Barry is here. Elizonda, Plainscrafter, what up?
Nope. Barry retracted. He said, nope, I'm not gonna.
No, so
no
did
more.
David. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Katie, gotta get that attention. That is true. Hey, True Character, what's up in Toronto? Laura's here. Hey, Laura and Claire. We got almost a full
Two
complement of mods
mods,
in the
yes.
house. Well, Sarah's out of town, so I don't expect her to be doing that. So, hey, happy
Friday?
Yeah, that's the day. It's Friday. Happy Friday to y'all. Barry says, hey, Mike and Audrey, question. I have 2 Franklin Christoph 5 and Yovo, number 5 Yovo nibs. Just purchased Twisby ALR, which also has just larger than yours. Well, Twisby is kind of like an in-between sort of size. They're not standard. The number 5s and stuff just aren't. They're not a standard
It's
size.
different feed and everything. The whole thing's different.
Yeah.
But people put them in there, but
It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
The number 6 size nibs are the
That's-
same. Those are
yeah.
standard, but number 5s are weird. They're like
it's
a 3.5 or a 4.5, or no, 4.5 or 5.5, something like that.
Yeah.
They're not normal, so that's why, Barry. You can put all kinds of interesting nibs in those number 5s, but they're not quite exactly
The
a
same.
Yovo 5.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've heard people putting in old
Vintage nibs?
yeah, vintage nibs, like wall lever
Walls,
sharps
I was gonna
and
say, yeah.
stuff like that in there. I think Claire might have done that a time or two. Anyway, hey everybody. Yep, we have animals here. They're demanding attention.
Of course.
And thanks for the information. Yeah, of course, no problem. Hey there, 48. What up? Nancy's in the house.
Yeah,
Hey Nancy,
Nancy's
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. I heard we're scheduled for a lockdown extension to January 20th. Merry Christmas. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds bad. It's
We have a curfew, which
Yeah.
I'm sure is not really going to do much since it's 10 o'clock to like.
yeah, and the cops so they're not
7.
going to enforce it, which is
No,
dope, so.
our cops will say no. I'm not going to
Yeah.
enforce mask. Nope, not going to enforce it.
No, don't need those.
No.
Katie doesn't appear to be in destroyer mode. She came
Well,
barreling up here. So.
I just fed them. I always try to feed them before this because she is much more of a destroyer when she wants food.
No, she's not quite under the desk cam.
No, not quite.
It is finally Friday, that's true. Wouldn't be surprised if you're locked down for a while. Yeah, Claire, you are, right? Until after Christmas or something?
California's.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. What'd you miss? I don't know, just saying hi to people. And
Talked about Twisby being, or the number 5 nib not being quite a number 5.
So this is getting to be pretty close to like the time you need to order stuff if you're going to get stuff for people for Christmas. And I was kind of thinking about, like, this is the thing I want to bring up in a little bit, is that when you got loot from the Spyderco second sale, I got nothing. I was not able to get a single thing. Just the way it goes. So I was thinking about we could come up with perhaps, like, I've got a couple of ideas, but things that are like stationary stuff for your non-pin people in your life, because you probably have some people like that. I know I do. And they get stationary stuff anyway sometimes. Some of that's going out this year for sure.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's how YouTube auto mod goes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you got to tell me what you got there, Omnivore. Really enjoying the ink advent. Oh, thank. Yeah, the ink vent has been fun.
Oh, good.
It has been. Yeah, I really like this thing where you put together an ink vent for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a happy surprise of not knowing what I pulled every day.
Yeah.
I even try to spoil it for him. I go, oh, hey, right before you do the video, just want to check to see, maybe I feel like you would have more to say if it's something that you saw ahead of time and you could sort of work it around a little bit more, but you don't do that. I would do it for the content. Mike's like, nope, I'm doing it because I don't care. I'm just going to
Doing it live.
Doing it live, and that's it.
Well, I figure if I if I do that, they might get long, and people don't like. They want those to be quick.
They will still be quick, but you can edit yourself to be able to have a little bit more without going too in depth on it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Look at the Kaiser Swag Swayback. Oh yeah, no, those are cool. Yeah, I've seen those. It's a really interesting knife. Looks like it's backwards. I dig it. Message retracted. Tell it didn't come through. Funny. Oh, weird. A true professional? Yeah, that's me.
I don't know if I'm the true professional because I would look ahead, or if Mike's the true professional because he doesn't look. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Probably you. You know any round double, triple broad nibs? It's always confusing when double broad nibs are stubs. Yeah, so the ones you might want to look at for those are like Platinum C nibs are at least a double broad, I'd say. Bach makes some. I've got a couple of double broad Bach nibs. I forget where we got those
has
from.
A few. But are those the stubby ones?
Yeah,
too?
those are stubby. Yeah. Beth loves your shirt and makeup today, Audrey.
Thank you. I try and get camera ready just a little bit without going too much.
The Sailor Zoom. The Zoom is not really a double broad. I was going to say that
it's not. It's a wide one, but
yeah, the Zoom is a weird nib.
And the music is pretty stubby too. But
stubby.
It's going to be broad as well for them.
Yeah. I'd say their music is a double. Is it stubby? It's not as stubby as a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
It's more round.
Yovo's getting rid of their double broad. Bach has their double broad in 5 and 6, I assume.
Yeah, you can get them.
And those are round.
The Kaweco Sport has a double broad that's real cheap.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah. You can make it harder for Mike by super gluing the violin to the bottom of the bag. Yeah, but we got to use the bag again. Yeah. Do we get live ink vent again? No, I already posted the ink vent today. I decided not to do it live again this time.
I asked him, yeah.
I don't know. Did y'all like that? It was the reason I didn't want to do it is because right after this ends, I want to get pizza, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time editing and
stuff.
Yeah, uploading and like arranging. It's a whole thing. Uploading videos takes a really long time right now. I think YouTube has got to be bogged down or something because, like, I'll upload one of those 4-minute Inkvent videos and it'll take a solid hour. And I've got decent internet speeds. So it sucks. It takes a lot longer than it seems like it should. Pelican M205 highlighter comes with the double broad. I've never used the 205 highlighter. I haven't used
that one either, yeah.
That's cool. I should try one of those.
Yeah.
Inexpensive vanishing point or capless pins you would recommend. I mean, there is the... it depends on what you mean by inexpensive. There is a vanishing point special. They call it. It's got a steel nib, and those are under $100. I think they're like.
Oh, I always forget about those.
They're like $75 or something. I want to say. You can't go that way, Dylan. So
the Desmo is cheaper than a vanishing point, right?
Not really.
Really?
I mean, a bit, but not a huge amount. It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
still,
Desmo's a little cheaper.
Still well over 100. I wouldn't call it cheap.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's cheap. Yeah. No.
There's also a vanishing point ballpoint version. Sandra has one of those that she likes to bust out to confuse people. It's fun. I think Bach has a
Curidas, I mean, maybe. That is a capless.
Oh, yeah, the Curidas. Yeah. There you go.
That wasn't me, that was Becky. I'm not taking credit for it.
Oh.
I was just reading it.
I still don't see it, but I believe you. Here are all the double broads being turned into food days. Oh, man. That Tokyo Pen Stations.
Yeah.
The guy. Bach makes a number 6 double broad. Yep, I've got one. Is that the one you're going to show? That's probably mine. Nope. No, these are mine.
Oh. Well, I have one in my Blueberry Frost Kokuyo.
This is a Bach double broad. Totally naked. Just a double broad nib.
Wow. Yeah, it totally is. Huh.
Yeah, there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
I got 2 of these. Somebody did I forget where they got them from.
Oh,
straight
that's
from
right.
Bach.
I remember that.
Yeah, our friend, I think, was it Connor that got those?
Either Connor
or was it
John? Or John.
I think it might have
or
been John.
Andrew. I don't know.
No, it's either Connor or John.
Yeah.
But yep, I've got that. I haven't used them yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
No, I haven't used them yet, but I do have some. Mike, you gonna do a video on bags? I'd like to see that, man. Yeah, I will. I just haven't done it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done them for a while. I need to because I have several. The thing is, one of the reasons I haven't done any bag videos is I've just been super busy and it's a lot of setup for those. But the other thing is that I just haven't been going anywhere, so I haven't been using my bags, and so that's it's kind of sad.
How is Sandra? Sandra has been sort of offline a little bit more, but as far as I know, she's doing okay.
Yeah, I see her on Facebook every once in a while, but I never see her on anything else. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
Don't really know.
Is Franklin Christoph coming out with anything before the end of the year? I don't know. I know we're doing encores of the ones that people may have missed during the online pen show, this last one. So if there's something you missed out on, I think we've mentioned this before, sign up for a notification. Like, I think he reposted a couple of them today. One is goodness. One was the 45 long in the black and cream Brooks material. And then there was another antique glass or Italian ice. I can't remember it.
What's with this hand sanitizer? I went way overboard on this.
I don't need I don't know. I would need lotion more than sanitizer. Sorry.
Let's see. Wouldn't there be a ballpoint? It would be, except it's shaped like a vanishing point. It looks exactly like a vanishing point, like fountain pen, except it's a ballpoint. Heard terrible things about the Curados. I think that's overblown. I've had a Curados for quite a while, and I really like it. I actually need to clean it so I can use it again. It's a little goofy looking, perhaps.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It just didn't fit my hand well to really use it in the action that having a larger hand, it works better for, is all.
Yeah, I've got big hands, so I guess you have to reach pretty far for the knock.
Yeah, I have to do a whole thing to... I like to click anytime. If you get the vanishing point of the Decimo, I can quickly click. Can't do that with the Curados.
Yeah, I haven't... Big hands, so I have no problem with that.
She's staring at you.
Who?
This doggo.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, she thought you were going to get a kiss.
Hi. 45 extra long is beautiful and you love it.
David, you're correct.
About what?
You misspelled beef mitts.
I did?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, by saying that they were not beef mitts in their hands.
Oh, I see. I still don't see that. I don't know where you're looking. But, no. Bag
You'll see it eventually.
I will? Oh, it's right there. You were looking over here?
Nope.
Oh, well, okay. What's the difference between the 45L and the 45XL? There's an XL? Is that the 451 thing? What's the 45? Oh, is that the one with the little disc at the bottom?
It has the disc at the bottom.
That's right.
So it has... That one actually has a red and white little disc on the bottom. So it's just like a tiny bit longer on the end. It's not going to add any weight or anything to it. Just a few millimeters. And then the section I forgot on that one is also the red and white. So it's sort of an interesting mix of finishes and colors. But they're neutrals with the pop of red, so it works.
Yeah, sounds cool. The 45 extra long is one I don't have.
Yeah.
Or the 45L.
That's like the only one really, that sort of was added on. And we don't have pen shows, so it's not really... Yeah. It's not as big of a thing. We're just sort of in cruise control right now until life happens again.
Yeah, y'all haven't had any new models, I guess, but you've had a lot of different styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's cool. It's Friday. Dictation is not online well.
Agreed.
Yeah. Sally the kitten wants to play it. Oh.
Aww.
All right, well, I guess I'll have to show that because that's adorable.
And I'm sorry for all of you that have huge TVs at home and are watching this on TVs. Nobody wants this and that large, you know.
Sally the kitten enjoying some TV.
That is cute, though.
Yeah.
She wants to pet the dog.
She wants to pet the dog. The dog would play with her.
She would.
That's what's up.
Scraggles would love a little kitten to play with.
Mm-hmm. Probably. She
was doing a very cat-like thing today where she was licking her paw and then washing her face just like a cat for a long time.
She sure was.
Yep.
Sure was.
You've been around the cats for too long, Scraggles.
I know. We're ruining her.
Yep.
Ruined. So I got a couple of things this week. I did some Black Friday shopping at Well Appointed Desk and the Skylab Letterpress thing.
Yep.
I got a couple of things I can show a bit of.
And we just have some pen things to actually just talk about. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing pressing, but I didn't get anything again. Shocker, right?
I got one of these because I really like these things. These are the little notepads that Anna makes over there. Anna and Bob. This is letterpressed. It's the stay on target thing from the Death Star trench run.
Yep.
In the Star
Super
Wars.
Fun. Yeah.
Yep. These pads are pretty darn good. They're not great with every fountain pen ink. They're not made of the same paper as like the Colodex and coloring stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely different papers.
They're pretty good with a lot of inks, but not everything. So
is it ink or nib?
It's ink actually. I've used ink? Broad nibs on them, and really the ink is what matters.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's why I asked, because sometimes it is one or the other, and sometimes it's both.
The other thing I got was just a bit of fun, which is this it's a letterpress thing in 5x7, and I had to get one for myself and one for my aunt, who will not watch this, so we're safe. But
I was about to say, wow, we even have family in the chat.
Well, Julie's here, but Marge doesn't. She doesn't watch this. So. Yeah. That's warning. Trespassers will be composted. Yep. So it's just a little 5x7 letterpress card thing. And then Audrey found this cool block to put it in.
I believe they call it an art print.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Do something like that. Anyway, I think that's fun.
And you can switch it up too if you have a little easel.
Mm-hmm. Just a little easel. That's what they call me. Little easel.
Greg is going to be getting a new SD Peacock.
Oh, the Peacock, huh? Yeah, those new SDs are really cool. Let me pull some up right quick. I think they're on Dromgool's site here. There are 2 new SDs. Have you seen them?
I don't remember, so I don't know.
There's Peacock and Rocky Top, I think is what the other one's called. I know I saw them. Saw them on a Dromgool's thing. Oh, here we go.
So. I did see that. Now, I mean, I just sort of forgot what the combo looked like, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Peacock.
You got to get it with that journaler nib if you can.
Yeah, journaler's really good. I dig it. Yeah. I got one on I did a review with one on the Kenro
composition.
Yeah, what's that SD model called though? It's called
the oversize?
No,
standard?
no. It's not an SD actually. It's an Esterbrook Camden.
Oh, the
Camden. You have a cold nose. There's the Peacock. Where's the Rocky Top thing?
Stacy, she wants to know if I can't tell. I think it's a woman. Stacy can go either way. Has a Lunar Memento Zero, and she doesn't know if it's a Bach or Yovo. Will either nib work?
Memento Zeros are Bach nibs.
Are you sure? Because they switched it up. So now certain pens and certain model, like certain colors and certain ones have... So I don't know, actually.
Yeah, it's a Bach nib. Some of their different models do have Yovo or whatever, but yeah. So
see, Tony also says it could be either. Thank you, Tony.
Could be either. Oh well, never mind. Don't
There's
know.
Some
Sorry.
of each. Thank you, everybody, for keeping me, keeping my.
Audrey's right.
Yeah. Well, visually, do they not have anything on them? That's.
No, I think they do their own engraving or whatever.
So they don't have
their stamps for them. So mostly Bach, but Stylo and Stile went 100% Yovo. 4MZs, at least one of them has a Yovo nib. Take a look at the feed. They started with Bach, then switched to Yovo. Weird. Both of them.
So they are different feeds on them? I mean, you would think that they would be because one has...
I've got 2 and they're both Bach, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Check the feeds. They keep the standard feeds for each nib. Oh.
Okay. Well, there you go. The feed is
yeah.
But if you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Google it. I mean, I'm sure there are pictures of a Bach versus Yovo feed.
Yeah.
So you can look and do a comparison. I would say that we could do it, but again, for photography, doing it in a...
Tony says his is the Stylo and Stile is the Yovo one. Yeah, mine are both Bach, so... Yeah. This is the other one, and this is actually the one that I like a lot better, called Rocky Top.
Well, I'm not surprised you like that one more.
It's
a very fall. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good, and it looks better, I think, in person. The one that they showed on the Dromgool's Instagram Live thing was I think, better looking than the one they have here.
Well, that's the thing with those, I think adding a tiny bit of green would have added a little bit more to it. Because they have other green highlights, and I sort of like that.
I think there is some green here.
Is there? But I thought it was just the lighting with the gold trim with the green around it. I couldn't tell.
Could be.
And I wish they had silver trim. The other thing is silver trim. I don't know. I didn't really think about it being out of place for that one, though.
Yeah, it's
Since it has brown and stuff with it. Or orange can go with it.
Yeah, I think either one's fine. Some of the nibs comes. Bach feeds are curvier. Yovos are slightly sloped. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You really got to know what you're looking at though for those.
Yeah.
Somebody. What is it? What are you doing?
She's like, come on, you have hands that could be petting me.
I could be petting. There. Yeah. Oh, the only other thing I got from well up my desk that I can show is one of these, which is a stamp cleaner.
Exciting things.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't like having dirty stamps, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Still need a flower for Una's collar. Did you get that on SD? Is that or SD?
I got it on the SD site. Yeah.
Yeah, that SD.com, where you find all kinds of crafts. I did get it on
Etsy. The place that I purchased this one does not make. They only make bows now, and so if you just look up dog collar flower, not cauliflower, collar flower, you can find different versions of. I mean, this one actually I like a lot better than some of the other ones I saw. There's a couple that were cute. They're sort of more frilly. But you have to have a dog that is not going to mess things up. Because in the past, we've had dogs that would tear this thing off and would not like that. Scraggle's the perfect princess. She would never do that.
She actually gets sad when you take it off.
Yeah, so that's why we've been keeping it on. Because it lays flat when she lays down on it. So it's not like it's hitting or would be uncomfortable for her.
Yeah. Rocky Top is a McKinsey resin. Just had a custom pen from Little Pen Designs. It's beyond the meaning beautiful. I don't know Little Pen Designs. It sounds cool though.
She's biting you.
What are you doing?
It's a sign of love.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that why you're chomping me out of love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are nice Estes. I like both of those colors.
Yeah, they look cool. And then just like going through my emails and stuff. There are a couple of other things. So, like, the new Sailor Pro Gears are out. Apparently, they're available. Yeah, yep. Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini. These are the Lowell ones, and they've changed it so that they don't have a screw to post anymore. It's just a regular... I should have
brought mine home. I've actually been using mine at work, so I forgot to bring mine home.
Your Slim Mini? Yeah.
I don't think mine's a Slim Mini. I think it's just the Mini.
I don't think there's a difference. I think
there's two different kinds of minis.
Seriously?
Yeah, there are two minis.
Sailor needs to consolidate some of that
Somebody correct me, but I think both of them had the screw in the back in the day, but now it's the post.
Let me see.
I could be wrong. When I was asking on Slack because I was going to buy one after the whole ordeal with trying to order one last time, and they said that there's two different kinds.
I don't know, man. I'm only seeing Slim Minis. Sapporo's a Slim Mini.
I feel like there's another one. Somebody please correct me.
I don't know. Am I crazy for thinking there's a new pen using the KOP nib? Saw a post somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I honestly don't keep super close track of Sailor because I don't like them nearly as much as Audrey does. But I mean, it'd be cool if there was. I would like to. They have Pro Gear Minis and Pro Gear Slim Minis. Well. There you go.
That's what I thought. So
they gotta deal with it.
And Bong Box has a lot of the special editions of the one type, which is not the same ones as the others that are more common.
Huh. Yeah. So I googled Pro Gear Sailor Pro Gear Mini, and I'm only getting Slim Minis. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Jesse says the Pro Gear Mini also has a screw on the back. Yeah.
Well, at least the Slim Mini doesn't anymore. Yep. That is, we can say that they don't have that anymore. But they come in a bunch of different colors now, so...
The night blue is sort of sparkly, I think.
Probably.
And then the rest of them sort of have that...
I like that color. That's a
dusty look like the rest of the minis that have been coming out lately.
Also, look at that. Yellow and gray? I've never seen that one before. Oh, that's yellow and black. Okay.
I have
It was just grayed out. Yeah. Well, I thought it was gray.
It's all yellow. I forgot.
Yeah, you got the Japan
The
version.
Japan version, yeah. So if anyone has an extra $2,720 just laying around and would like to hook a person up to buy that cocktail series,
No. Oh man.
Yeah, I still like those.
Clearly Sailor got the memo regarding gray and yellow for 20. Well, they would have. That was just a
People
great.
have been hating on that. I like that color combination.
Yeah, well, actually, that's why I was like, "Oh, look at this yellow and gray."
Yeah.
It's not. It's just grayed out.
Like
because
you
it's not
take
available.
that Ayur gray, that yellow. That's that's a little too purpley for that gray, but
This is not gray. Well,
it's sort of. It depends on which monitor the color.
I don't know what color it is. So we have two monitors in front of us, and on one of them it looks purple, and the other one looks gray. So who knows? If you're only doing Grello for the past several years, don't hate it, but it's not new.
No,
of course not. They're not inventing new colors.
No,
That's, rocking the Black Pen Society this weekend. Lamity 1000, Banff, and then Mont Blanc 320. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the 320 is. Sailor Kuyon, see it on Anderson Pens.
That's the one you were looking at, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't look
that's
at the
what we
number.
actually were looking. Yeah, we have that up as something we're going to show. Yeah.
So this is actually was next on the list, which is this thing, which is a King of Pens. So I guess it's.
I mean, the price is it?
Limited Sailor Flame Ebonite pen is King of Pens sized, with the same nib, and Naginata Togi medium fine, medium or broad, 400 pieces, $1,900. Oh my goodness!
Is that with one of the Naginata?
Yeah.
That is with that one. I thought it was.
It looks like it only comes with that.
Oh.
Well, maybe the medium or.
Click on the nib size and we'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
It doesn't even show. Huh.
I think they're all Naginata Togis, is what that means.
Will you just jump down? I don't understand why this is such a big deal.
She has so few feet. Let's see. I call that nebulous color mushroom. Could be gray, could be purple, could be brown. Who knows? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I have the Kingdom Note mushroom pen, and it's not. It's like a taupey with brown on the top and the ends.
Yeah.
Could you scroll that down a little bit again for me? Oh, never mind. That's not what I was just seeing what that was, and it was nothing exciting.
Just cartridges, yeah. But yeah, this is hot. If I was gonna spend $2,000 on a pen, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
the only picture. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, it says it's folded ebonite, I think.
Yeah, flame ebonite.
Yeah, maybe it said flame ebonite. I could have said it. Sworn it said folded somewhere. Maybe it didn't.
Laminated ebonite section.
Yeah, that's hot, and I like it. Laminated ebonite. Interesting.
Scraggles.
Shh.
She's trying to play with the cat down here.
Quiet down.
That's what she's doing down there.
I know. She wants to do that while we're on here, though.
She does.
needs to shush. She needs to shush.
I mean, I'm sure you could fold. I don't know how ebonite's made, but if you can fold steel and stuff to make, I mean, you can fold anything, right?
Sure. So the other thing that dropped this week, and a lot of these are gone. In fact, all but 2 of these are gone.
Oh, are they?
I haven't been able to find them. Are these 2? 3. The Popathon happened. Popathon. Yeah, Retro 51 is really, they really are just dropping pens.
Dropping and popping, would you say?
Yeah, popping and locking, some might say.
Oh.
The Gymkhana ones are the only ones that are left, so we're going to see these 2. Which are like racing car ones.
Yeah.
And you got this one, it's It's got a Sasquatch in it. It's an etched brass.
Okay.
And then this one is, what do you call those big faces on the mountain? That's
Rushmore?
Rushmore. I don't know why they didn't call it Rushmore. Keystone? What is this?
I wonder if the finials on that one.
I don't even think we can see.
That's...
Because they're gone. I think they took them off the site.
There's the one.
Which one? These? Not the Rushmore that we were just talking about.
Keep going.
Okay.
Nope, never mind. It was the Andersons.
Yup. Sometimes Mike is right.
That was a high five for him. But...
In any case, yeah.
I have a question. Out of all of those, which one do you think is my favorite?
The ponies, unicorns, and rainbows one? The
No.
Sasquatch one?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
I think so,
Which I'm
too.
sort of surprised because, you know how I am. The ones on the ends are more Mike's aesthetic on his end of getting the etched ones. And normally the Stardust Unicorn one is more Audrey. But in this case, I don't know. There was just something that didn't really connect.
Little too Lisa Frank or something?
I don't think it was enough. Like I don't know what it was. It just didn't. I like that it's glow in the dark too. I don't know how much it cost, but if it was more for the glow in the dark or not.
You know what? I don't even know
I
because by the time I went to look at these pens, it was gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that one sold pretty quick. But those Gymkhana ones, I guess maybe there's more of them. They look cool. They're like a slot card design.
It was $49. Oh, that's
49 is not bad.
Yeah, especially when usually they bump up the price. For
Keystone is the closest town to Mount Rushmore. I mean, okay,
yeah.
but also just like
I've been there, but I don't remember that Keystone was the nearest place. Yeah,
it's not like they've copywritten the name Mount Rushmore so nobody can put it on anything, right?
I don't. Yeah, probably not. Flat top with an interesting swirl pattern, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, that'd be
anyway.
alright. None of these really did it for me.
I mean, that's fine. We've bought so many in the past.
Yeah, I've got plenty.
In the quarantines that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, like most of the pens and the
Yeah.
top two things here are Retro 51s.
Yeah.
So, Retro 51's coffee pen was pretty good. I think that's fun.
You didn't get that one.
Nah, I never got it. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't one that I had to have for some reason. I don't really know why. I can't tell you. There was something about it. I was like, I don't know. It was kind of dithered, and now it's gone, and it's fine. Keystone used to be crap beer, but I think they stopped making that at Coors. I think they still make Keystone Light.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, it was never good.
No.
So I don't.
No. I mean, I'm gonna say it's better than Natty. I mean.
Well.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're going for, I guess. Did I talk about these?
No.
I didn't think I ever did.
No.
Okay. And then like the
Look at
last
us
thing.
being like a pen thing here today.
I know, well.
I mean, we never do that. Well, we never do that. I mean, we talk about pens, but to actually go through the things that are new and exciting.
Yeah, just some stuff that came out.
Yeah.
This is from Shigura Inks, which is where I've gotten a bunch of the weirdo inks that we've had in the ink vent. Keystone Light is still bad. Well, good. I'm glad. Keystone Dry Ice Light. That doesn't even sound like a real thing. They stock a bunch of really wild inks that you can't really find other places, and Tono and Limbs is one of the ones that's really hard to find. And they just apparently got some in.
The pumpkin looks cool, but it's out. But
yeah, I think that one's a standard line one. So
is it?
Yeah, they got a bunch in, and a bunch of them are new or like collaborations and that.
Yeah,
kind of
some
stuff.
of them say like limited edition there.
Yeah. A lot of them are shimmer and shade and sheen or whatever. So it's green with like green shimmer or something.
I wonder what the brown is that shows on the label.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was sort of thinking that was the sheen or something.
That was too. The Gleaners. I don't know what this is, but it sounds cool. It's got like a silver shimmer. Oh, ink is not suitable for fountain pens. That's really interesting.
I've seen that on theirs. I was looking at theirs, and there's once in a while you get that.
Huh. Pink and white pigments into the base colors. Made for glass and dip pens. Huh. Interesting. How about this one? Yeah, this one's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
Green with green shimmer. I think that looks neat. It's an interesting set of greens.
Yeah.
I think I've probably got some samples of Tono and Limbs, but
yeah.
I haven't tried it. Hematite right now. Neat. Yeah, I haven't really tried any of these, I don't think.
Don't you have any samples?
Yeah.
I included...
I don't know what you've included, but I
may have included... I don't really remember, but...
yeah, it looks like Hematite's not on there anymore. At least I don't see it.
Harvest Rice looked interesting as well. Was that as well?
Harvest Rice. Oh, yeah, it's kind of a gold.
Like a really interesting...
Does it have shimmer
gold.
as well? Mixable with other inks in the producer line.
Oh, that's fun.
Huh.
Yeah, it's DIY mixable ink line.
Man, you got a lot of stuff going on over there. So you're so old you probably drank Bud Heavy. Right above it says fountain pen ink, and down it says not for fountain pen ink. Yeah, who knows?
If anywhere it says not, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, anywhere it says no.
That's cool.
Well, this
waterproof, huh? Dip pens only as well.
Yeah, glass bottle. Product.
with blue pigment and shimmer. Pink fountain pen ink with blue pigment and shimmer.
So they're taking a fountain pen ink and okay. Interesting. So it looks like they're taking a fountain pen ink and then adding stuff in it that you shouldn't put in fountain pens.
Yeah, that's what I get out of it.
Kind of weird. They're carrying Pannonia inks? Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, sure enough. How about that? How's about that? I haven't tried any of those. They have a cool label though.
Cheap too.
It is cheap. I should probably get some of that. Ooh, look at that. That's hot.
Orange inspired by wasps.
Wasps.
Man, wasps are terrible. I'm sorry. What a terrible thing to be inspired by.
What did a wasp do to you?
I've been stung by many wasps in my day, so that's what they've done to me.
Glass pens are apparently a big thing in Japan. Tokyo Inkling state Toner and Limbs are taking Japan by storm, and a lot of the market is split into two: dip pens and ink swatching, and fountain pens. Huh. Just got 5 Pannonia. Oh, look at David getting 5 inks, including wasp. Yeah. Well, maybe I have to get a couple. I don't know. Let's have to see how it goes. Oh, this looks like gunpowder tea. Ooh. Did you get this one, David? Pannonia Zoldiki?
Greenfinch.
Yeah. That's something. Yeah, Hungarian. I don't know how to Hungarian at all.
You don't know how to Hungarian?
No. Now, some of them, like some language would be like related to something I do know. This one I do not. But yeah, it looks like gunpowder tea that Birmingham used to have. You didn't get that one? Oh man. Well, all right. Add to my cart. I don't know if that cart's going anywhere, but it's added.
What is that one? Scroll down. That one.
This?
Nope. Next to it.
This?
That. That's weird, and I like it.
I don't know what the heck that is. Same theme of the devil. This ink is called Hellfire, not because it's red, because instead of because it's black, it's a red sheen. But when looked at in the glass, it colors it blue. It's archival. Huh. I mean, that seems... it's sold out.
That's too bad. Well, you can do a notification when it comes back in.
Yeah, I could. David has the last bottle of Hellfire.
Well, somebody could give us a little sample of it when you get in.
He said he'll send samples. Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Cacao de Brazil is an awesome ink. Yeah, that is a cool ink. I dig it a lot. I like browns and shimmers and stuff like that. Thought only Noodlers was devil ink. Well, Sagittarius Hellfire might have to wheedle some samples from Yalis. Yeah, well, he said he'll send some. Water Flame, Sour Cherry, Stormcloud, Hellfire, and Wasp. Dope. Yeah, glass pens are like this one that I've been using for my...
But people, every single video you get at least one person saying, hey, what is that?
Not so much this time.
No? The ones I've seen it has, like, what is that one?
No, I should put it over here where you can actually see it likely. This is what the glass pen looks like. It's got this swirly tip on it that's glass, and you just kind of swish it in water to clean it. Mm-hmm. This is the water from today's ink vent.
Yeah, I'm glad that turned out sort of cool, today's.
Yeah.
While we are talking about it, you should ask the question about the ink vent.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking about it. If not devil, then Krishna inks are demons that major issue with cleaning 5 or 6 minutes. So I've used some Krishnas that are totally fine, and I've used one or two that, like, one of them stained a nib, which is kind of impressive. That was Myrtle. Don't leave that in your pen forever. Do shimmering inks clog? Sometimes, but it's never a big deal. I mean, you'll be fine. You can unclog it pretty easily. Pen maintenance. So the thing I was going to ask, Audrey brought this up today, and I think it's kind of an interesting idea, is I don't know how to even ask the question. So the ink vent is a surprise for the month. So every day it's going to say day 10, and that's going to be the surprise. That's all it's going to be info you're going to get from the title of it. Yeah. If in the new year, after it's over, what are your thoughts on him changing the title of each of them to have ink vent day whatever, and then including the ink name so it's easier to be searched if somebody in the future wants to see, a swab being done of that ink in comparisons? Yeah, like how long do you think I ought to wait? I think it's definitely a good idea to de-spoiler them for future watchers, but I don't know. So how long do you think I ought to update it? Or how long do you think I should go before I update it? Like, should I finish it? There are tags, and sometimes I'll put the tag in there, but usually I just do the brand. I can change it the day after. I don't know. That seems a little quick, really.
Because some people, if they see a later one, because you know how YouTube recommendations go, where it doesn't always go in order. So maybe you want to go longer so you don't get spoiled that way. If you go back within the time of it going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think after.
Maybe just do it afterwards.
Yeah,
After New Year makes sense.
Or,
1-1. It's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, and I don't know why I didn't think of it last year. I'm not going to go back and do all of last year's.
I mean, that was a special thing where the info on the set was available out there. So you could look and on a blog or someplace, somebody will say, the info will be out there. If it says day 6 on that, you can search it in Google and see what that ink was. Whereas this is, since it's homemade, you don't have that. Nobody else has this ink vent set.
I maybe should go back and do last year's. I mean, I don't know. It'd be kind of a pain. I don't have those. I don't have those all together. Yeah. Like these are very nice and easy because I've put them on the oversized coloring and they're all like labeled by day. So that makes it a lot easier. I can just look at this and change the title instead of. So like last year's, I'd have to go and scrub through the video to where I wrote the thing and then change. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a bunch of time on my hands. I thought I'd have more time on my hands this week, and I have not. So, Diamond Ink Mint got spoiled months before it was time. Really?
It was out beforehand, and people had put it out there. I think most people had put on their spoilers, don't look, but if somebody did, they could. But yeah, it was out well before. You want to have it in people's hands before to have time to get ready for it. Yeah,
I knew it was. I mean, I had it before I started, obviously, because you had to. But yeah, like, oof. Or she's Kelly's review. I think you did her review by day. Yeah, I could, and I'd give her a hit. I don't know if she has ads on her site, but I'd be happy to give her some hits. Really, just everybody should go to Kelly's first. Okay. That's.
She does have. I've been there many times.
I mean, hers is so good. I've really slacked off hard on mine because, like, whatever, it's not as good. So.
I remember when you said you had the blog and the YouTube thing was just like nobody. I hate YouTube. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, I still don't really watch YouTube. Only when I'm with you.
Yeah. I see you watching knife videos, game videos,
sometimes.
Tech videos. I mean, look, he's full of crap.
Most of those I watch those with you.
I'm not watching videos on like those headphones and on those DSLR cameras.
I only ever watch those with you.
I never watched them or wanted to watch them, so I don't know why you watch it with me because I don't want to watch them.
Well, bag videos. The only place I ever watch bag videos is Chase Reeves, and most of the time,
he has the ones that you really want anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Kelly is Mountain of Ink. Thank you, Laura, for putting that up there, and you're welcome for convincing you to order from Shigur. Tell Alex I said hi when you order.
Yes.
Yeah, Kelly is Mountain of Ink, and she's really great. Yeah. So. She has a great blog. Super prolific. I don't know how the heck she keeps up with that. I've never understood how she has the time.
A lot of work, yeah.
Hi, what's up? Is there something I can do for you in particular?
Yeah, you can feed me more food.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, well, now I guess I didn't even notice these there.
Well, anyway, now you have more work to do at the first of the year.
Yep, I do.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Hey, Pin People, what's up, Emily?
Julie says happy another semester, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thanks. You too, right? You've got to be closing up your semester, Julie. No watching long live streams of Cyberpunk 2077. No, I don't really. Maybe it makes me a bad nerd, but I don't really care about that game, and I don't know why. Like, I've always liked Cyberpunk stuff, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't care about it that much. I did get Assassin's Creed Valhalla a couple of days ago.
You did, yeah.
And I like that. So. Dapperman's playing it. Nice. Yeah, it didn't call to me. I didn't really do it. Podcast Kelly said she keeps herself working months ahead of posts. Whoa. I might do a post a day ahead. Like, I have a review on a pen that I'll put up tomorrow. That's...
I mean, I'm curious if she's just getting them provided at all times, because then...
She buys a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I think people send her samples.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. How you can... a lot of new inks or new places are in the market in the US, just like the ones you're showing here. How you want to be the first person to show swatches of those, at least in the nail polish world. If something is new or before it comes out, you can get these press samples, and you want to be that person to be the first to be putting it out. In this case, I think it's interesting that she's doing months ahead of time. They must be things that are readily available for that.
Also,
I would guess.
Ink companies just don't put that stuff out ahead. It's like you can't get it, and they won't give it to you, and they won't tell you that it exists.
And there are fewer limited editions.
There are tons of limited editions.
Well, then that's the timeline that you have to work on. So those are the cases that, unfortunately, she can't do that. So she stays busy in those cases. She tries to the things that are just readily available, and so many inks out there that, you can work months ahead if you're proactive and not procrastinating. And my blog, no.
The only time I ever hear about inks ahead of time is if like the person making it is a actual friend of mine.
Yeah.
So like Papier Plume, I'll find out.
Yeah.
But like even those, I'll only find out I'll find out like 2 weeks ahead of time, and then maybe I get it that week. But shipping has been so bad lately that I haven't been getting those early, so. And
a lot less now with no pen shows. Yeah. Seeing people in person and just be like, oh, hey, this is coming up, and that, that personal time you have together reminds you to mention it. But otherwise, if you're not if you're not texting with each other or in groups together, then you're not going to find out as much.
Yep. Let's see. 1,600 inks, 500 full size. Yeah, she's got me beat. Some of this chat has more inks than the mountain of inks. Yep. I don't care about 20. Oh yeah. I think you have a few because people can take different photographs. That's true. Yeah.
Eric wants to know if you should get a fine or a broad sig. Is this a 5 or a 6 nib? Is the next question I have to ask.
Cool.
What?
I was talking, just rode right over me.
Sorry.
Yeah. The answer is yes. I like the broad sig. I'm gonna have both. He's going 6.
I mean, if it was a 5, I probably would have gone broad because the tipping is smaller, so you can, So, but for 6, I don't know. See, we have some broads and we have some fines. It depends on what you are most commonly going to use it for.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyday writing stuff, and fines just a little bit more,
I mean, I'd say a broad sig is generally about a regular medium in terms of real estate it takes up on the page. Just because you take off some of the out corners and stuff and makes it slightly smaller.
A little bit, yeah.
So, I mean, I think a broad sig is completely usable.
Yeah.
Day to day. Now, if you're trying to write on a Hobonichi and you want to keep it in little boxes, get the fine.
Yeah.
But
so
both are fine. I mean, I like both.
The broad isn't unwieldy. There's so much. It's not huge, and and it's laying down so much ink like a Pelican or something. It's a little bit more forgiving in terms of usability on more things.
Yeah. Eric says inks are tough to photograph and get the colors right. That's true, but let me tell you what's way harder is photographing pens.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, pens
is.
are so much more difficult to photograph than inks. Although inks and stuff, any kind of product photography is always harder than you think it is.
Yeah.
And stuff like top-down camera stuff, you have to do with inks and stuff, it's harder than you think. It took me a long time to be okay at it. But man, taking pictures of pens and stuff is terrible. You got to be the people that do it best, Ed Jelly does an amazing job of that.
But the setup you have to do and sticky stuff because they move, it just placement is very different. And glare on, and showing the nib properly. You have to do so much editing in order to get that glare to not be on the main focus of what you're working with.
This is something that our friend Ed Jelly shared on Slack the other day, which I can't make come up for some reason. Sometimes my Slack button doesn't work.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Is this. And this is that new safety first pen from Tactile Turn. Some pocket knives I don't recognize immediately. It might be an Atom. I don't know what it is. And then this Baltic watch here. And like, this is beautiful product photography. Like he does, and yeah, Franklin's great at that too. But but like, I mean, Ed does it kind of professionally. This is the setup he invented. Like, look at this thing. You've got the product down here. Behind this bounce, you've got a super bright light source up here. You've got a diffuser. Then you've got this bounce sheet that bounces light from the diffuser back onto the product. It's a whole thing to make this one shot come through.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a lot of work, man. It's tough. So I think it's tough because pins are 3D, whereas ink swatches are flat. With ink swatches, you really just have to make sure you white balance.
Yeah.
Like the white balancing is super important,
Very
and the
important.
lighting is really important. But with product stuff like this, I mean, showing a nib in a way that doesn't make it just flare light back at you, or a friggin' clip, man. Oh, clips are the bane of my photography existence.
Nail polish is not always great either because you get shiny. I mean, you need to add top coat to make it look like what somebody would normally use it like, or to have it look like, but it's shiny and your hand moves a lot, and so I can't.
Right.
That's something that no matter what, I can't really study it easy. So that's the good thing about a pen. At least it's not move. Well, it can move. That's why you have to do sticky things, and unless you have and especially if it doesn't have a clip, then
yeah. Lighting's gotta be stable. Yeah, so you can get a color checker and that kind of stuff. I mean, the photography for ink, like I've pretty much gotten down, but a lot of it's just white balance and lighting. Once you get the right lighting and stuff, you'll be okay, and like know how to do white balancing settings. But yeah, that's the whole lighting and stuff. It's all, there's a learning curve to it for sure. And for me, it's different in different rooms because there's also different ambient lighting.
Oh yeah.
So like if it's daylight and I've got a bunch of light coming through this window, and I've got like my good lights on a thing, like I have to adjust some stuff there because like that light throws stuff off.
But the other thing to consider too is you're gonna see that pen or ink or whatever in lots of different lightings. So maybe if aesthetically it doesn't look good in a warmer, color tone, and then that's not a bad thing. You just have to say what kind of lighting that you have it in, because mixing it isn't as great, but sometimes that happens where you have a light and then sunlight coming in. So it's never wrong, but it's a better thing to have different lighting photos than having a perfect one. I think. At least that's what people always tell me in the nail polish thing too, is seeing how it's going to look in different places is a good thing.
Beth asks, do you have a fixed camera like on a tripod, or are you doing handheld when you do nail polish photos? I
have a very steady hand, so I'm lucky. Working in science with pipetting really set me up good for that.
Give you the right set of skills for nail polish photography?
So I can do it by just freehand, but if I did have any sort of issue with movement, tripod. A lot of people do tripod.
Yeah. You don't, though.
I don't.
No. We tried doing that for you, but we couldn't figure out a way to get the tripod to work well with our light box.
With the light, yeah. And that's the thing. It depends. Ours is how it is on the table and stuff. It just made it difficult to work with.
Also, Sarah's here, so all 3 mods are in the house tonight.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Let's give applause to the mods here. And keeping the trolls out,
They've really been good. So working the last few streams. Yeah, it's cool. In and out, whatever. So yeah, it's super fun that everybody's here. I need a macro rail for the really fine adjustments. Yeah, I don't have any of that. Yeah. Actually, I need to get a new camera. Frankly, I just haven't done it yet. It's very intimidating and terrifying to me, so I haven't done it yet. Yeah. Saw a video years ago of retouching pictures for a watch company, hours on each. Yeah, it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then Dapperman said, somebody in the Slack channel wrote a piece on how they do macro photography of nibs. And to get everything in focus takes 3 or 4 shots with the focus adjusted and then do Photoshop layers. Forget that. I'm not doing that.
So much.
I'd rather just not have that's why I do video, frankly. It's just easier because I don't have to do that. I solved the Zodiac cipher and got everybody here. Do my flower macro photography. I try to control everything, but you never can. No, you can't.
Yeah. It's true.
Gotta watch out for pen trolls. The spring knows while you sleep. Oh, that's...
That's the one you'll never find online, isn't it?
What?
The Friday pen thing. Is that the troll day is the one that's not up online.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. New camera. Thought pens were expensive. Well,
pens are expensive,
they are.
but
Yeah.
There are a lot of hobbies that are more expensive.
I mean, I'm still not getting... I'm too cheap to go for like that sailor that we were looking at and be like, oh, look at that. I'm not spending that on a camera either because I'm too cheap. At least not yet. For fun, go look at Don Kamarashka's Snowflake Photographer. Hundreds of layers, all handheld. That's crazy. Not 3 mods of the 2020 apocalypse. Hobbies by definition are expensive. I mean, I bet there's some that aren't too bad. What kind of hobby isn't that expensive? Stamp collecting?
Oh, you can get expensive stamps.
I mean, not if you start now and don't go for vintage stuff. Just like
Sure.
collect some stamps.
That's just starting.
It's 42 cents a piece. You'll be all right. Knitting? I don't know. Knitting seems like it's expensive.
The ink. Ink. Yeah.
$30 gets you a nice pair of socks. All right. Knitting isn't expensive. There you go.
But
Boom,
there
done.
are yarns that are expensive.
There's probably some real expensive guys. We
Yeah.
have 2 serious knitters here in this
Yeah.
this chat, at least. It can definitely get expensive. I spent lots on wool. Yeah. Buy a thing of paper and you're done. Yeah, that's right. That's or origami. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
They
Becky
have
nailed it.
special papers for that too.
Yeah, but it's not expensive though.
I mean, I'm sure there are some that you can get in Asian places that are expensive.
Maybe.
Um,
An indie racing league? Yeah, that's an expensive hobby. A major money spent on yarn, just $125 today. Nice.
Yep.
Oversized sweaty. I don't know what that means, but I believe you. I mean, eventually you're gonna get like spinning wheels and
You can start dyeing your own and spinning it. Yeah.
you have to like start breeding sheep.
Yep.
It's a whole thing.
Or alpaca.
Sure. I have a cousin who's an alpaca farmer. Yep.
Yeah.
Farmer? Rancher? Rancher. It's living. He's a alpaca rancher. Rowan is very pricey yarn brand. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
What about cross stitch?
I mean, my mom used to cross stitch. I learned how to cross stitch when I was a youth.
Yeah, I think I did back in
I don't
the day.
remember that being expensive. I don't know. What's the smoothest pen you've used? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It is very subjective based on your angle, the paper, ink that you're using.
Well, I mean, and also like back and forth between things. Like out of the box, probably the best nib I've used out of the box was maybe my Pilot 823. Among like things that aren't adjusted by like a person. Like Franklin Christoph doesn't count. But like just like from a store out of a box. Medium 823.
I don't like a super smooth nib.
Well, so you don't want one that like skates too much.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, the smoothest pen though. I mean, I like sailor nibs, so obviously
Yeah, those
I'm
don't
in
feel
the
smooth
minority.
to me at all. Those don't. Nobody would say sailors are smooth, would
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
that
so smooth.
personally. What I would say is smooth enough is not, what I do for FC is different than what I would always do for myself. You know what I mean? Because I just have a higher tolerance for feeling a nib than other people.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
But that's not smooth.
I don't know what pen I would say that's the smoothest out of the box. Yeah, I can't think of...
Never thought about it. So.
No, I just never really thought about it. But yours a 23. My pilots are good, but I don't know if I would say they're the smoothest that I have.
I also had a Delta Unica that was amazing right out of the box. It was that red one from Anderson Pens a million years ago. That one was just perfect right out of the box.
The Pelican and the white 600.
Yeah?
That one I remember being really smooth.
Probably is. I would say,
Yeah.
Pelicans are like that a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe that one might be.
Yeah, Julie, ask your cross stitcher friend if it's really expensive. The money's when you start branching into auxiliary hobbies like spinning wheels and looms. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Internet adult entertainment is a cheap hobby. Okay, it's true. I guess. You gotta start buying video cards, and it's a whole thing. Probably it's like video gaming, right?
No, Eric, I only work at FC on FC nibs, so unfortunately, yep, only on the FC nibs.
Yeah, Greg Mintz says Namiki. Greg Cockburn says, yeah, I really like a nib to feel like a fiber tip pen rather than ultra smooth ballpoint. I mean, you want a little bit of resistance, otherwise, like, you don't really get the ink on the
and
page.
Ink Guy is right on. If it's too smooth and you have a smooth paper, it needs something to catch on. So if it's too much, it's not. And I think that's sometimes what people think is baby bottom. It's not that. It can be. That could be one of the reasons for it.
Like, baby's bottom is a result of over polishing, but it's not because it's polished, because it's done, poorly.
Yep.
Yeah. Although when I would get vanishing points, that was the thing that Jim would do, is because they were super super smooth and they wouldn't write, or they'd write and they'd sing, so he'd just like rough it up a little bit. Yeah. Like, wouldn't grind it or anything, just like. Rough it up on a piece of super fine stuff, and it'd be perfect after that.
Just have a lower number grit. Yeah, just do one up.
Just a tiny little bit of friction is all it needed. Nibs too glassy, your handwriting just turns into complete chicken scratch. Same. Same. Broad Delta from the Blanchard estate is so silky smooth. I'm glad.
You like your Leonardo that you got. You always said that you really liked that nib.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Nature of a Hobby said it's a money pit. Yeah, it could be. Kind of on the Lamy double broad nib. I think you might need a bit of that. Oh, it's too smooth. I've heard that can happen.
Yeah.
Oil uncoated papers like Clairefontaine. Yeah, well, it doesn't make you think it's skipping. It is.
That is.
But the nib isn't. The ink is, really.
So if you ever email in for customer service things for FC, it's often they'll ask a lot of questions instead of fully, if you're like, oh, my nib's skipping. Lots of questions are asked to sort of fine-tune what could be the problem before always just sending it back, especially if you're international, things like that for shipping. Yeah. But it could be a host of different things. So trying different inks and papers and things is usually the first thing they ask is what you've done or what you've tried it.
And like Clairefontaine is, it's like, try a different paper. You're not going to like that one.
And there are certain papers,
I mean, don't get the nib fixed. It's oil in the paper. Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't need to fix the nib. Just get a different paper. Manny's disagreeing. Says sailors are smooth out of the box.
It depends. Some of them, like the one that I just got, the medium fine and my mini, and you were like, this is not smooth at all here.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. I did a little bit, just a couple, things across 12,000. It's a lot better now. It just had a couple, and I could even feel as I did a couple of the drags, it had that little catch, and I could tell that's where I got rid of those. So you probably like it. I should have brought it home.
I'd probably like it now. I didn't like it when I filled it up for you.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like this at all. But
I was okay with it, but I knew that I could feel where I could have just gotten some of those little snags, and I did those, and now it still feels like a sailor because I didn't do too much on it. But
the thing about sailor nibs is they have a particular grind on them already, and it's kind of pointy. So if you don't hold them dead on, they're a little
especially
scratchy.
Broads. Like you would think, like a broad, you're like, oh, it's gonna be the smoothest and everything. It's not just a ball tipping. They have that very particular angle, and that does not work well, especially with your.
Doesn't work with me.
You're sitting on that angle, and that's not good for you.
Yeah, it feels scratchy. It feels like it's like almost like.
So basically, he makes me take that edge where the bottom and the side comes
round
together. I just round that off for him, and
round
it's
it
all
off.
better.
Yep. Yeah. Pilot nibs have unique tip shape too. I've never really noticed that with pilot nibs.
I have not looked at mine underneath the microscope, which I should. I don't know why I haven't, but I've really liked the pilot nibs that I've used. It's more of a tube than a ball.
A tube?
It says tube.
That's weird. Huh. Where's my medium?
Yeah, Ray says the original purpose was the Japanese strokes at far more angles than Western scripts.
Oh yeah, no, I know, I know why they do it.
Yeah,
it just doesn't like I write in Western script and I'm lazy, so like it's on me. It's not Sailor's fault. Just
You know what?
I know what I'm up to.
But yeah,
you're right. It's not really a ball. That's true. Yeah, I never really noticed that before. It looks really nice though.
I'll look at it underneath the scope.
Yeah, it's
easier for lighting.
It's longer than it's not just a ball. It's kind of like elongated.
Yeah.
But I love these nibs. They're super good. Is this the fine or is this the? I think this is the fine. Yep.
I think most of mine are all fine as well.
This is an extremely fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stitching a huge cross-stitch pandemic, $35 on fabric and $40 on floss. 30 by 36 using the cheapest fabric. That's big.
Yeah.
That's a big cross-stitch. So many crosses. Move a sailor nib sideways a certain angle of splatter ink like a folded nib. Yep. Yep.
Apparently pilot tipping material is harder than most other brands too for some reason. I didn't know that. If they make their own nibs, then yeah, the components that make up it just could be.
As far as I know,
even
Pilot
it's all
does.
gold, then there's probably less gold and more of the harder stuff in there.
Well, the tipping is never gold.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's not iridium either.
It's
like
other stuff. So it's they probably have their own proprietary set of things in that make it. But not likely very much iridium, if any.
Yeah. Oh, all right. See you later, Laura. Hey, Laura and Sarah and Claire, send me your email address. Just drop it to, this. Send me your email address. Or just send me an email, and that'll be your address. Yeah. Give me that. Tipping is mostly osmium. I don't know if that's true anymore. There was a long study done on different tipping materials and stuff over time, and I forget what they're made of. I thought it was like something weird like nickel or something like that, but
I know a way to get that done. I know somebody that can do all that testing for me to figure out what all it is. Kim, back in my old job, worked on mass spectrometers and did all the...
Should have had her do some mass spec.
You have to do some acid dissolving of the metals to figure out what it's actually made of, and then put it into a mass spec. And...
Yeah, I don't know if I want to sacrifice.
I mean, you have to cut off the tipping for lots of pens. That's the other problem.
Yeah. Let's forget Sailor was in the beginning of knockoff of the German cigar-shaped pens. I mean, the 1911 is not the most distinctive looking pen, I guess. Nikias, and 65% of iridium, osmium, ruthenium, and 35% platinum and other metals. Interesting. I mean, the iridium is going to be a tiny, tiny fraction of that because iridium is pretty rare and very expensive, is my understanding.
Yeah. So, and from that paper that I've read, it's most of the ones, don't have iridium at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to know what their actual percentages are.
Send us some Nikaya nibs and we'll send it off to my friend.
We'll grind them up and there you go.
Acid treat them.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, we just say that it's iridium because it's a habit. Scratchiest nibs you experienced were from platinum. That's really interesting. I don't really know. I know a lot of people say platinum has a lot of feedback, but mine don't really feel that way except for like the UEF nib, which is unusable.
Could be just how that angle that it has. It may just work better for you than other people.
Most metals in the platinum family and iridium is as well. It's more about the economics of what metals are available than hardness. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I still am curious about what it is.
Yeah, same.
UF nib is magical. I mean, magical in like a, bad way. Yeah, sure. You're looking for non-destructive testing? Oh, yeah, I don't have any of that.
Oh, well, I don't really know of any way that you're going to be able to get the full...
Directions unclear. Sending Nikaya with Pannonia samples. Okay, you can send me a Nikaya. I'll take that.
Trying to think of other things you could do to figure out what the components are without...
I mean, you don't need very much, right? Of the metal.
Yeah. But you have to dilute it. I mean, that's the thing. In order to get that concentration you need to put through the machine, it has to be diluted lots of times. So that small amount is going to be diluted thousands of fold. So detection limits for machines are a certain level, and it could be diluted out in that. So it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but
UEF or needlepoint to stab someone, either. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's a way. I don't think there's a way to non-destructively test for alloy components. I don't think there would be either. I don't know what it would be. Agree with Tony on the UEF. Look at all these UEF lovers. I mean, it's a very good example of a needlepoint. It is ultra extra fine, and it is way too like it was cutting the paper when I was trying to write with it. It was like it's too fine for me. But a lot of things are too fine for me. Prefer the Blade Turk to the UEF. A Blade Turk's a very different kind of thing to a UEF. It's nowhere near as fine. Well,
he does it with an extra.
He could, yeah, he could make it. He could make it that fine. Yeah. I have a Blade Turk. I think it started out as a fine and not an extra fine now.
I don't remember. I know you have one. I don't remember when it started.
Well, let me see if I can find it. Test us movie enough nibs. A couple are awesome. Most are not great. QC on this is like this. I mean, it's got to be super difficult.
Well, it is very difficult to, as somebody who tunes needle points, it's very difficult because they're the people who want a true needle point, and then there are people who just want something that's extra fine but still smooth, still wet, and whatnot. And that's part of the issue, is that there are people who really don't want a needle point, but want something that's super fine. It's just, there's a fine line between working a nib, and every time you're smoothing that nib, you're also making it a little bit broader, because no matter what, you're taking some of that tipping off, and so it's flattening it out a little bit.
Mine started out as a fine.
Fine.
Yep. FC needle points are never needle point enough. Nah, they're like a mass market needle point. What's a Blade Turk? Blade Turk is this thing that Mark Backus.
Mark
Backus. I was thinking Franklin Christoph, and messed me up. Mark Backus, the nib grinder, came up with, and it's a very fine sort of smoothed down architect. So instead of being an architect with a bottom like this, it's an architect with a bottom that's like a little bit like curvier, kind of like these. It gives it a longer, smoother curve instead of the like sharp, chiselly bit. So it's more forgiving, but also super fine, and it's pretty cool. It's one of the few architect nibs that I've liked. Yes, Mark Masayama and Mike Backus. You know, the well-known nibists. Yep. Those two. Physics Supply. What? So Carol knows her needle points. Yeah, I believe it. Just trying to use Mike's nibs. Thanks, Greg. I got to cook us some Impossible burgers. Good luck with that, Damien.
And Greg, it is sort of that way.
That sounds super possible. Blade Turk is to architect points, to the SIG is to italic. Yeah.
That's a little more it's
Kinda.
just a forgiving version of the opposite.
With like some stuff added. Yeah. Because you can make a Blade Turk feel broader if you like use a real, what do you call it, a low angle instead of a high one. So it has a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, Damien.
Yep. Indeed. What was I going to say? Well,
now, almost done, but we have...
Talk about like gift things?
Sure, we just do a quick little
thing. So what do y'all come up with? Like, what do you get for the people in your family who are not pin people and you are as a pin person?
So there's things to get for people who can appreciate a good pen.
Or like make them appreciate a good pen.
Or to get somebody you think that would appreciate it. Yeah. There are people who just don't. There are people like, a Bic's fine. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's like truly they just do not care. And that's not always it's sort of trying to figure out that person's personality and knowing if that's true. There's some people that probably wouldn't appreciate it, but there's a good portion of people who just don't know what a better version is for them.
I don't know if I know anybody who's like,
you put your family. I
know more people than are in my family.
What?
I know it's shocking, but
you're at home all the time. You don't know anybody. What are you talking about?
I do know some non-family persons.
Yeah.
And like most people seem to like, even if they've never thought about a good pen versus a bad one. I've had students that do this, and I'd say something about like, oh, that's a good pen. They're like, what are you talking about? Pens are all the same. I'll be like, all right, cool. Here's a good one. Yep. Try this next to the one you're using, and they'll like go, oh yeah, no, this is way better. That's weird. I never would have thought about it. I'm like, well, now you know, and I've ruined you for terrible pens from now on.
And no matter what, people have to write things down. Even if you say they're digital. No matter what, somebody has to write a little note down, or they have to at some point have some sort of writing paper or something. I think that's a perfect thing. Having a little thing for lists, little things for little notebooks, Post-its. And again, just even if it's not even necessarily for fountain pens, just having a really good version of pens you can get at like Jet Pens, or we get at Crazy Allen's that are the singles, or things that are just a step up from what you can get mass produced here.
Yeah, so like for my aunt who doesn't watch this, she writes lists constantly.
Yeah.
And so every couple of years I'll get her something new to put lists on. So last time I got her something, it was sort of like a pad. It was like a weekly list sort of pad. Like it had the weekdays but no dates or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that was really good for her. She used it for a couple of years. And if you like, if you miss some time or whatever, like who cares? You don't have to worry about the date being right.
Exactly. It's not an outdated thing. It's just when you have things that you need to write down.
Yeah, Mormon used to have a thing like that. And I have a couple, and I looked them up. They don't make them anymore. They had like a weekly to-do list sort of situation. And it was just like, it was small. It was compact. It was, I think, great. But this time I got her a bigger Mormon, like, I don't know, A5 sort of thing, top bound situation. And
pencils too, like we're saying that they're black wings, and there are special pencils you can get. This just like pens, they're not all created equal. You think, oh, it's just going to be any number 2 is any number 2. Well, no, get them a 4B or something else to see, how it's different from them.
Yeah, or just some kind of different core, some kind of different something. So pencils are a good choice if you know somebody's into pencils. I've gotten my sister pencils in the past, mechanicals and stuff like that sometimes.
And if it doesn't work out the first time, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You find out that if something they'll mention, oh wow, this is so nice. You'll get the feeling for it if they're receptive to it, or if they're just like, whatever, I don't like it.
Yeah, right. That's
cool. Thanks.
Let's see. Greg Hockburn said, weirdly in my family, people don't care about a quality pen, but you get them good pencils and they're impressed right away. Retro 51 for someone that'll appreciate a good pen. That is a great intro, or has been a great intro pen for people. It is
a little bit higher than what somebody will want to pay for it.
Well, I mean,
but they would just have to get a refill and just let them know about that.
Yeah, it's gonna last long enough. I mean, they'll probably catch them. You'll either catch them or they'll just stop using it and go back to G2s or something.
Yeah.
But I've gotten old colleagues of mine hooked on things like that. They're like, "What should I get that's a good pen?" And like the intro level retros are about $25.
Yeah.
And that's like, people are like, "All right, I'll take a $25 risk before they'll take something bigger." Yeah.
That's true.
Let's see. Hubby hates the act of writing. Had no chance of enabling him. Oh, Beth. Well, I mean, that means you'll probably spend half as much on pens as we do. Got my mother a leather field notes covers, and she loves her field notes. Yeah, that's cool. My mom has never gotten into pocket notebook sort of things. I'll get her. I've gotten her in the past, like small flip top, like somebody says recorder notebooks here later on, and that's field notes reporter pad. I've gotten her these, I think, in the past, which are the Write notepads, pocket ledgers. I think I've actually got her a reporter. It's the longer version. But
I mean, there are also other things like highlighters, really good highlighters.
Yeah.
And erasers, like the
especially
really
if somebody's
good ones.
a student or something.
So there are other things that aren't just pens and paper that are other accessories that are stationary that you can do as well.
Yep. Let's see.
Oh, whiteboard markers too. If somebody's teaching or whatever.
Whiteboard markers are really
having
good.
Good one of those.
Yeah. Julie, do you use whiteboards? Are you still here? Maybe you get a whiteboard marker.
Emily wants to know your favorite retro refill again.
I was going to go down the list.
Sorry.
I'm still way up in the questions or the comments.
I thought you gotten some of them.
Nope. What's my favorite retro refill? They're all the Parker style refills fit. So Jetstreams. Parker style Jetstreams are the best, or Schneider sliders.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
If you can't get those, then get the Monteverde soft rolls. I think those are very good. But it goes Jetstreams, Schneider sliders, soft rolls, in that order. Let's see. Ties into the interest like a Yoda do not pad for Star Wars nerd. Perfect. Yep, that's a good idea, I think. Blackwing pencils are a cool gift. I agree. You have friends and family who are literate. Yep, I do. Greg Mintz says cashmere socks, a perfect gift for the non-stationary inclined. So funny story about that. I once made fun of a girlfriend of mine back in the day for having cashmere socks. And so she got me cashmere socks. Mm-hmm. I wore them like once or twice. But you have to get them dry cleaned, so I've never worn them again. Because I'm like, I'm in college. I can't afford to have
socks dry cleaned.
And you could charge per sock. So it's like getting 2 sweaters dry cleaned because they don't have like separate tiers for dry cleaning a sock. Yeah, they're nonsense gifts. I'm like, that's a dumb gift. Let's see. Sarah enabled her mom with a Tombow. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. She's complained about the erasers that come on pencils. Yep. That's good. Carol says she got the Uniball Vision Elite, the same pen President Obama likes, and we'll gift those because everyone writes, and these are truly fantastic. They're pretty good. I used to use Vision Elites quite a lot. Yeah. But they're a little bit bleedy, and rollerballs just aren't my favorite. But yeah, if you're gonna get a rollerball, the Vision Elite is tough to beat. I like the V5 as well. What's that?
She's gonna give up on any pen.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. EDC folks seem to really like the Paca pens. Paca pens are cool, and it's going to be probably my next quick click.
That tiny little... Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, these little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Paca pen. Mm-hmm. I sent one of these through the washing machine and dryer.
Yep.
And it survived. Yeah, accidentally. And it survived, but the ink refill doesn't work anymore. And then I found out you can just get new refills for them for almost nothing. So
there you go.
I'm going to get some more of those. But yeah, this is the Paca pen. It's a little plastic-bodied pen. Mm-hmm. It's very good.
Yeah.
And not terribly expensive either. I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's something like I considered getting some for my dad, but he would immediately lose it, and he's always got like 5 pens in his shirt pocket anyway. So
that's true.
I was like, nah, that's not the right thing for him. You need wool wash for the cashmere socks. I don't even know what that is. But I'll just look it up because I still have those socks, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, do you? Wow.
Yeah, I think so. So you just got reporter pad, EDC, gift cards. Gift cards are a solid idea. Got my dad a Rotring 600.
Especially this year.
Yeah, especially this year. I mean,
shipping
is a nightmare. Sarah got her dad a Rotring 600. He didn't touch for a long time, but he now uses it all the time. Right on.
I wonder what happened that he was just like, oh, I haven't, if he forgot or just said, I don't need this. And what made him pick it up and start using it?
Yeah. What made him start using it, Sarah? Were you like, hey, use that Rotring 600? Which I
is
assume
possible.
was it a pencil or a ballpoint? Probably not a fountain pen, I would guess. Give people what they themselves want. No, that's right. So when if you're trying to get somebody a stationary sort of thing and they're not a stationary person, get them something that they're going to like.
Yeah.
But also like, sometimes you get them something they're going to like that will also give them like a key into the stuff that you're into, and then they'll be like, oh, I get why you like that stuff, you know?
Yeah, and this is, again, that's why I was saying a $3 or $4 pen that is super nice, that, again, that's not going to be your main gifts by any means. These are just extra little things you can throw on there. If they don't love it, it's fine. It's not going to, you're not wasting a ton of money on it, but it's something that, they can appreciate and sort of understand where you're coming from as well. And
so like my aunt got last year or maybe the year before, one of these years I did as stocking stuffers. It was very recent. Little pads of like Mormon Nemosiny paper and like a decent ballpoint or gel or something. I forget what I gave. I think it varied by person. And this year she said, hey, can I get a pad of paper of that like really great paper you got me? And so like sometimes somebody who just she's artistic and she like draws and all that sort of thing, but she just doesn't really care about the pen that much. Like for most of the time, it's not really her thing. And so I got her to be like, can you get me a pad of that super great paper you gave me that little pad of before? That's a win.
That's the thing in the future where there are a lot of things that I'll get from my mom or something that she would not buy for herself for whatever reason.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
And but when I gift something and they like it, then they say, oh, for this next holiday, get me one of those. And so it's a gift that you can keep on giving. And again, it's not something that they would normally get, but
you want some planned obsolescence in there, like use up ability.
Yeah.
For your mom, it's like she really likes different like hand creams and face creams and stuff like that.
Stuff that she just won't get for herself, but she likes it, and I just gift it for holidays, and so then she gets it, and I have things to give her for a holiday too.
Blue Q for your foul mouth friends. I don't know what that is. Jetstreams, don't get the broader ones. Yeah, so the 1.0 Jetstreams are not great. But you also can't get those in the Parker refills. That's not what I was getting. But yeah, the 0.7s and the 0.5s are great. The 1.0 skips, which is sad because I like that. I like a broad ballpoint, but 7's good enough. I gotta find out what this wool wash stuff is. Now I'm very curious.
You can also sink wash some cashmere blends as well.
Well, get you some eucalyptus or soak. All right, I'll check that out. Are those new frames? Nope. Had them for at least, I guess, 2 years.
Same as the other one, yes. They're just the non-in-your-face color.
Yeah, these are the ones I wear most of the time because they're the most comfortable. I got two new pairs like 2 years ago, and then I got a pair that I got the lenses redone last year.
Yeah.
And I wear I cycle through them, but these are the most comfortable. They're just really comfortable. Let's see. I can save them. Give them a money clip for all the money they saved not buying fountain pens. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hagoromo chalk. Yeah, you can get some really fancy Japanese chalk. I've given that to some of my coworkers because I still don't like it. I hate chalk. I can't. Ugh. If I have a room that has a chalkboard, I almost refuse to use it at all. I just can't. I hate it. All my socks are hand knit. Some are cashmere blends. Oh man. Post-its. Yeah, you said post-its. That was like your first thing was post-its.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. Maybe because I use them at work all the time. Yeah. And you have one of the first holidays.
You want to scoot back? I'll pull this drawer out.
I guess our first major holiday together was Thanksgiving, but that's not a gift giving, and the other one was Christmas right after. And I remember getting you a stapler and some Post-its and other stuff. So that was wasn't that my first gift to you?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Stapler is, well, it's usually right there. I move things around so much, I'm not 100% sure. It's right around here. Yeah, absolutely. And some whiteboard markers that had sense to them.
And you wanted me to, and I looked for them. They didn't make them anymore.
Can't find them anymore. Yeah. This is my my Post-it drawer. So a lot of my Post-its. I have a lot of Post-its. You didn't say all. No, goodness, no. And this is more Post-its than it looks like because like this was across the top. But I've got a lot of Post-its, y'all. And they're great. I'm a huge fan. Yep. Sometimes I stock up if I find one that I really like because they'll stop making them.
They do.
So like this is an unopened pack of these square lined ones, super sticky Enviro Note ones. You can't get these anymore, I don't think. And so I just
sell it on eBay.
Right. So I bought a block of them. Yeah. Also, I discovered these lately, which are full stick notes. They have like sticky stuff
down farther,
except for the very tiny bottom. And these are great.
You said tiny bottom.
I did. So anyway, if you have a stationery nerd and they're like, "Give me a stapler," they probably mean it. That stapler's dope, and I love it. I use it all the time.
You don't use it all.
Every time I need to staple something, I use that.
Which I've never heard you stapling anything. Which is fine. I know you have.
Well, whenever I print out papers for work and stuff, like if I'm reading philosophy, I print it out, and so I get stapled.
Right, he does need a Post-it intervention.
What are you gonna do? Post-its and knock-knock pads are great. I don't know what a knock-knock pad is, but I believe you. Similar thing with you. No one in your family really cares too much, but now they expect you to get a Blackwing or two for Christmas. Nice. Grogu puppet to your nephew? I'm not sure. Grogu is the name of Baby Yoda. Yeah. Getting a selection of spices and stuff from Trader Joe's for your sister since she lives far from Trader Joe's.
That's good, yeah.
Woolite for socks? Yeah, all right.
No, we have down here, don't use Woolite. So it's hard to say. I don't know.
We have a don't use Woolite and then a don't use Woolite. Woolite is too harsh for delicates? I thought it was literally only for delicates.
I've
never used it.
Woolite.
I don't have any. Yeah. Merino wool? No, it's not. It's cashmere. Perm your hair with Woolite? No. Kookaburra wool wash is Anna's recommendation. Interesting.
Yeah, gifted a Lamy All-Star to a friend in her favorite color along with ink cartridges. Hope she will like. Yeah, if they don't mention it again, unfortunately, that's like the. Yeah.
I try to sneak it in a lot of times, so like a Christmas stocking gift or something. But she says it's a mechanical pencil rotring. No idea what made him start using it. Just came home one time and he was using it, telling me how much he likes the knurling. They're really great. They're a good pencil. She yelled at you for saying more. Oh man. There's real mild stuff for washing backpacking stuff that doesn't strip water resistance. Interesting. Yeah, most of that stuff I've just hosed down. I haven't really had to wash backpacking stuff much. I probably should have washed it, but I just didn't. Yeah. So there's those. The notebooks that I have gotten people a couple of times are these, which are, I mean, they're fun colors. The paper's great. They're a good ring binding. They've got the cover's actually plastic, so you can
lots of different sizes too.
Yeah, tons of them. So
B7, A5,
A4, A5, B5, B7.
Wow. I didn't even think so.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different sizes. I think they go down to like little
B7,
pocket ledger size things, but they're also very inexpensive. So this A5 one is $8.75, but like this B7 one, which is a little. Actually, I have one.
So it's like a narrower.
Well, it's an odd size, I suppose, but it's this little guy, which I think this is a B7. Yeah, this is a B7, which I think is a great size for just sticking in a purse or a sling bag or something.
Similar to a field note size, isn't it? Ish.
Field notes.
But it doesn't have the ring, and so it sort of throws it off.
Field notes is taller and a little bit. It's taller and a little slimmer, maybe. But anyway, B7 is a weird size, but nonetheless, these are really good, and they're perforated pages, which I love because you can easily write something and then tear it out. I'm surprised to see what Boy Scout tents can grow and put away wet for months. I would not. Although actually, my Boy Scout tent never had a problem with that. I think. Actually, when it rained, I think I would go home and then set it up for a day or so outside
and let it
in the Texas sun. And it would just
I was just gonna say it had a special area that you could do that. Place. It's humid too.
That's true. That's true. Nice glasses. Yeah, thanks. Good. My sister got back to me about stitching and stuff. Quilting is way expensive. Cross stitch can get up there. Depends on your taste and supply. It's easier hobby to maintain for sure. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah,
that sounds right. And then I also like these little life notebooks. This is the Life Vermilion.
Don't we have one that's the green too?
Yeah, that's the Pistachio. I just grabbed this one out of my box, but it's got kind of ambery, sort of ivory, I guess maybe.
Yeah, ivory with sort of orange.
Yeah, sort of reddish orange lines.
Vermilion orange.
Yeah, you might say vermilion.
Yeah.
But these are also not expensive and perfectly good for.
Can you buy some of those from Anderson Pens or something?
I think that's where I picked these up. Yeah, I think it's probably Anderson Pens. And then these little ones are. I think this is something that people especially who have purses and stuff, might like because the covers are hard. And so this is the Kokuyo Sketchbook. It's not great for fountain pens, so this is perfect for your folks who are not fountain pen users, because everything else works great in these. But they're not. They're not
really
super
skinny too.
Yeah, they're real small.
Yeah.
You can put it in like your checkbook holder if you saw the checkbook holder, likely.
That's too thick.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. You're right. I mean, you just like stick it in there. Is kind of what I meant. So,
okay. Yeah. It's not gonna.
It's got like wee tiny little graphs in it. They're really cute. Yeah. Black and red notebooks are pretty good and relatively inexpensive. Yeah, black and red is also a good one.
That is.
But generally when I get people stuff like this, I'm looking for like something kind of small. Like I've got a specific use in mind for them, like a use case. Yeah. Black and reds are good for like journaling and I've done a whole bunch of my class notes, like years of class notes in black and red.
And just thinking about those things for if you're there and when they open it up, which I hope you're not. I hope you're alone on Christmas because COVID. But just having a thing to say, oh, I thought of this because I thought you could use it for...
Yeah.
And then maybe they just didn't really think about that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, yeah. And then it shows that you've thought about them and what might be helpful for them, too.
Yeah, Sarah says, I wouldn't want a fountain pen for your purse writing anyway. That's what your jotter's for. I mean, I carry a fountain pen most of the time, but... I also carry
things.
Yeah.
Like shirt pockets.
I also carry a ballpoint most of the time. I don't carry both.
Yeah.
So yeah. Love pocket hardcover notebooks. Yeah, I do too. I think it's a great thing. Because like if you throw this in a purse or something,
It's gonna get wrinkled.
or like your second bag, it's just gonna get crushed and wrinkled
will.
and mangled. But
Yep.
you throw in, and that's why I think these are pretty good because they have this plasticky cover, and it'd probably be pretty okay.
Yeah, I used my
Not as good as these though.
Lordstrom size one, so it's a little similar shape. It's a little taller, I think.
It's like a B5 or Slim or something like that, isn't it?
I don't remember what size it is, but it's not
B6 Slim.
Maybe it might be B6. Anyway, it's about that size, and it has it holds it in place. It has the band on it, so it's not going to open and get all messed up. So I use that. Again, it's sometimes okay for some fountain pens, not always great.
It's mostly pretty
good. Yeah.
For a macro camera. Oh, yeah, I have like 2 cameras that I've been using. Most of my camera needs are honestly video stuff. So like my camera needs are weird and like specific. So I have a small Leuchtturm and a Traveler's Notebook.
Yeah. I don't know why I said to him. I in my head I was thinking of the Traveler's Notebook. Yeah.
I see TN. I'm like, yeah, I know what that is, and I had to like take a second to process the words.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the things I've been using for cameras are I have this Panasonic FZ300, and this has been my main video camera for years. I don't know how long I've had it. 4 years-ish, maybe, something like that. Anyways, many years. And it stopped working with one of my SD cards, which was a pain, but it works okay with the other one. So sometimes I'll just use that. But also, like, the zoom it's not super responsive. So
is that your stomach or my stomach?
It's my stomach.
Is it yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine felt like it could inside. I wasn't sure if it was your or mine.
So like this needs to be replaced basically. And I have this camera that I use for a lot of still stuff, which is a Sony RX104. And it does really nice video as well. The problem is that using this camera for video makes it real hot. And I've had it shut down on me unexpectedly for heat. And also, while it's getting hot, it burns through batteries like it's going out of style. So a battery will last me about a video, maybe 2. And also, it doesn't have a touch screen, so focusing can be kind of wonky. Yeah. But for still photography, this thing is great. So I kind of just need a video camera. Anyway, that's Mike's camera trouble. So, oops. And ideally, I want something that I can like mount up here that I can use for this stuff, or mount here and use for the down camera. And while this will output HDMI, it gets hot and it eats batteries. So, and the hot is actually worse. So, tiny fireball on my desk is no good. So, I found some Robert O drinks that really interest you just in time to be regularly below freezing, so retailers in Canada won't ship ink. Oh yeah, are you in Canada? How do you know that?
In BC.
Huh?
We talked about that last time. I thought it was the UK, and then
I always forget.
And then we had the ton versus ton thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, somebody.
Does BC even get cold? I thought BC was like pretty temperate.
I mean, depending on where it's being shipped from, they might.
That's true.
It could be in Toronto, which I hear gets cold.
I hear Toronto's just always always freezing. That's what I hear.
And Quebec? What about
Quebec?
What if they get something from Quebec?
Well, you got to go fishing in Quebec.
Yeah.
What? They still have some of these? Oh snap! You want one of these?
That's expensive. I mean, I did want one of the rollerball ones, but
this is the Retro 51 Tornado Ciopino? Maybe? I don't know. It's all Rodden, which is cool. That's actually not that expensive for a Rodden pen.
Yeah.
But anyway. No, they don't have the other one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Coast doesn't get real cold. The rest of BC gets cold. It's regularly below 0. Oh, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe if you have any pen people, maybe they'll send you some samples.
I mean, if they can. It's freezing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just retailers don't want that liability of that. But if you're just getting samples, then well.
I wonder if there are retailers that you can order now and they'll set it aside until spring. Like, is that a thing in Canada? Because that's what I would do if I was a retailer in Canada.
Well, it would only really matter for limited edition ones.
Or things like Robert Oster, where they come and go pretty frequently.
Do they come and go
Oh yeah, yeah. He's always creating new inks, and other ones will fall out of use, and yeah.
But if they're new, it depends. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Sophia's got the ballpoint to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Jealous. Those are only like $100. It's weird that the fountain pen is more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Really, it's just Vancouver that doesn't get cold. The rest of the province makes fun of them because the whole city shuts down with a little bit of snow. Fair. I'm from Texas. Don't even. Had some ink bottle blow up in your mailbox. You also won't do it. Fair. You just got to start using Noodler's Polar Series. That's what those are for. They're supposed to never freeze. Yeah. I mean, they're not very good, but they also won't freeze. So you got that going for you. Yeah.
I think it's pizza time.
Yeah. Hot Sonies are bad. I agree. BJ says, since your stomachs are growling, what kind of pizza tonight?
We might have our local one.
Yeah, going for the fancy local pizza.
Yeah, the other place has been screwing up every single week, so we're going to go to our...
Yeah, I mean, the good part is that we always get a free pizza, but the bad part is that they screw
mess
up
it
our
up
thing.
all the time. Yeah.
I'm just going to Google something up right quick.
Oh, I see. Nancy says they're having rain. Over 5 inches of snow tonight. Ooh, man. DC
Gross.
also cannot handle snow. I got abandoned in a skiff at client when they predicted snow. Had to call security to get out. Wow. I grew up in all the snow and then moved to Tennessee where it's worse because you can get ice and it's hilly. So that is not great. But here we get wasn't it last year that we got over a foot of snow in one thing? And we're like, wow. Because all the stuff around us got less, and it was weirdly us that got the big...
I can't remember if that was this year or last year, but in the last couple of years that's happened. Because I remember at Franklin Christoph, he was like, there's like a little bit of sleet here. It's nothing. We're like, yeah, we've got a foot. We can't get out of here.
I mean, I literally put a ruler in showing like,
yeah,
it's a lot of snow here.
It's really rare.
We don't live on a main road.
Oh, want Robert said Viola in Summer Story. I'm not sure. Well, Viola's been around for quite a while.
That, I think, is
Yeah, Viola's a very cool ink. I've reviewed that one and I dug it. DC also can't handle snow. That's absolutely true. That's the one you're reading. Cars are sliding on your street. Yikes. Always get more down there than in Littleton. Ice storm warning there. Oof. Edmonton, California? Edmonton, Canada. Is there an Edmonton, California?
No, it's CA's Canada. That's the...
It's also California.
But that's... it's CA USA, whereas Canada is that CA done.
-7C, so that's a little chilly. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be down to that tonight, probably. It's in the 20s, isn't it? -7C?
What's conversions?
I don't know, man. You're the scientist. I do freedom units. So this is the thing that I was digging up on. I don't remember what the
Google conversion would be.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, look, you're live.
Yeah, I am. This is a thing that I've talked about a little bit. And I haven't done my video for this yet, aside from showing it in a couple other places. But the Pinwheel Craftsman Kickstarter is coming to a close in 5 days. 5 days. I'll have a video up on this probably this weekend. I need to do one. But yeah, 5 days to go on this thing. They've definitely met their pledge goal.
19 degrees.
I was pretty close. 19.4? Yeah, all right. I was pretty close. And I don't know.
It's not too bad.
My Celsius and such conversions are pretty.
When it gets that low, I'm not used to it. I'm used to more science numbers that are warmer temperatures
true.
And stuff. That's fine.
Yep. It's about 20 F. Yep. There you go. Toronto's mile. You put Una's sweatshirt on her and take her out in the snow. You have to take a picture of her being in the snow. I imagine it's just snow and like ears.
You have to get like a snow hat that like her ears come through and then she has a little hat.
I think she needs to have her ears under her hat or else they'll freeze.
For cuteness
and since
sake,
they contain about 30% of her blood.
That's true.
Because she's tiny. You don't have enough snow for that? Oh, well, wait. This one back here
she's breathing so loud.
She's like, she's awake? I thought she was asleep. I thought that was snoring. Gotta run, enjoy your pizza. I will, Claire. I will. Send me an email. Likely don't know about block heaters. Oh yeah, you can get block heaters. I didn't get a block heater on my truck, but I could have. But most of my family is up in New England. So even though I grew up in South Texas, I know a few things about cold. So I know if I stay away from it.
It's 6:45.
What? Bye, everybody.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, my stomach's about to growl and this
Snow in
dog's
Texas?
making loud noises. And...
You do get snow in Texas, just not often. It snowed on Christmas one year.
Really?
Yeah. It was while we were married. Why did...
I wasn't
Wait,
there.
were we married? Maybe it was just before we got married and I went down to Texas for Christmas.
That's possible.
I guess so. And it was in the last 15 years it snowed on Christmas. Because it was shocking. I live south of Houston. It snowed.
In Ohio, it wasn't not often. Like once in a while. So it wasn't common.
Really?
Yeah. January and February is a lot snowier in Ohio where we are.
February.
Again, it just once in a while we get snow.
And then in May you get snow right after the daffodils bloom.
You get a snow.
That's right.
That random one.
You get 6 inches just randomly. Yeah. Florida, no snow. Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. Texas is big. It goes up north. Like in the Panhandle, you get snow pretty regularly.
For sure, yeah.
Dallas and Fort Worth will get snow, but usually it's just ice storms, which is less fun, I think.
Yeah, David says, it snows Dallas once every 3 years or so.
Yeah. The rest of the time it just freezes and you get ice storms.
Yeah.
Enjoy the pizza? I'm gonna.
We will enjoy pizza. I hope if you have pizza, you enjoy it. If you don't, you enjoy whatever else you're having.
Yeah.
And stay warm. Don't get COVID. Wear a mask. Stay home. Unless you're in a country that things are great, then do your stuff because that sounds great.
I don't know where that is right now.
Me either.
4th of July snow? Eric, I don't. Yikes. All right, so think about
that. That's
gross.
4th of July. Well, remember we went to Wisconsin and we went to the lake.
Yeah.
It was
so cold.
Cold in July. Cold. I needed a coat.
Yep, same.
I didn't have one.
Yeah. I had a hoodie, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed for some reason, hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up if you wanna.
If you liked it. I mean, if you didn't, you can press the dislike. You know.
Don't give them ideas.
They can. I'm just saying.
It's totally a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Hit that bell if you want to be notified about these things, although you probably were since you're here.
Sometimes it reminds you, sometimes it doesn't. It reminded
sometimes
me,
it does.
apparently.
Yeah, it did. Think about what you put out in the world. Make it a better place. And say goodbye, Audrey.
Let's have some pizza, Audrey. Oh.
Let's have some pizza, Audrey.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.